so today I'm going to be doing sort of like a first impressions tutorial. I've seen these around here on YouTube where people just do their full face of makeup using brand new products, and you guys know that I just did my big haul, so I decided that I want to do something similar. So while I don't have a new product for like every single little step of my face, I thought I'd take you through the new products that I do have and let you know kind of just what my first initial thoughts are with using them. I know my hair looks super crazy. As you guys know, I'm still a little bit crippled because of my arm, so I'm not really able to do a whole lot with my hair. So anyway, we're just going to ignore that and concentrate on the makeup. So the first thing that I am going to be slapping on my face is this Flower, what is it called? The Color Play Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Awesome Blossom, which when I swatched it, it looked absolutely beautiful. It's kind of like a rosy taupe shade. There's kind of a look of what it looks like, so I'm just going to place this on my eyes. To do this, I'm just going to be using the brush that I typically use for cream eyeshadow, and I'm just going to actually be picking up some off of the cap because there seems to be a lot of product just sitting on this. And we're just going to push this over the eye. So the pigmentation is amazing, and the blendability seems to be really, really great as well. By the way, I know my background is just like an absolute mess, but I haven't been able to clean it up because, again, of my arm, and I've just been really lazy, to be honest. Okay, so that looks really pretty. Obviously, you know, when you blend it out, it starts to become a bit more sheer, so I'm just going to do the other eye, and then I might come back and see how the color builds up. Now that I've got the other eye done, like I said, I'm just going to take a little bit more product and try to build up the pigmentation a bit. Okay, so it does seem to build quite nicely. It seems like you can really just kind of let the cream shadow set and dry and kind of just go back over it, kind of like if you're doing like a second coat almost of mascara or something. So I really like this. A big test though will just be on how long it wears. I'm thinking after work I'm going to stop back in and just show you guys like how everything's still looking and how everything's set up, because I am doing a foundation first impression during this too. So anyway, so far so good. I like it. I think that the color is very, very pretty. I am going to add a little bit of a blending shade, just kind of a warm shade. That way it doesn't look like I just got punched in the eye. This is a pretty good test too, like how well does shadow blend on top of it, and it seems to blend really nicely. I don't notice any like skipping of the eyeshadow. I'm just really hoping that this stuff sets nicely because I don't want it creasing. And I did put a little bit of primer underneath it. I am going to say that because I know no matter how long wearing the cream eyeshadow claims to be or is, I always get creasing. No matter what cream eyeshadow it is, Maybelline Color Tattoos, MAC Paint Pots, everything creases on me. So I'm just going to do that step regardless of how long wearing the product claims to be. I'm just going to lay on some mascara now. I don't really feel like doing any eyeliner today. This is the Almay Get Up and Grow, which this is actually a new product to me too. However, I have used it before, so this really wouldn't be a first impression. I kind of know what to expect out of this mascara, and I do really, really like it. Another thing that I've noticed about this cream eyeshadow is that it kind of gives your lids almost kind of like that wet look, which I think is kind of cool. Okay, now on to the part that I'm most excited about. I'm sure all of you are too. We're going to be now testing out the Bare Minerals BareSkin. Almost everybody has done like a review or first impression, some type of thing on this, but I'm just now jumping on the bandwagon. I know that you have to shake this up super, super well, so I'm just going to do that for a little bit. Hoping by now I've shaked it well enough. I'm going to be applying this with this Sigma F82. I didn't buy the stupid little brush that's supposed to go with this because I've heard from so many people that that is really unnecessary. Plus, I kind of hate Bare Minerals brushes. So I decided something that is still kind of that flat top kabuki that's just really, really stiff will probably work best for this. I don't typically use this for foundation just because I find that's almost too stiff, but I think with this product it might work. By the way, I have this in the shade Bare Cream, which is number 05. So I'm starting with like 3 drops, as you guys can see there. I'm just going to start by kind of, I don't know, placing these drops on my face. Now we'll go in here. Start to buff. So the foundation does feel really, really silky and really smooth going on. Kind of smells a little bit funny. It's not awful, but it's just kind of an odd smell. It's really easy to blend in. Looking at my skin though, you can definitely see all the little dry patches, so I don't know if this would be best for dry skin, which is weird because it is a serum foundation. So I think it'd be really nice and moisturizing and work well over those areas. I think I'm just going to use like 1 drop now on my forehead because I don't think that I really need that much up here. Ugh, my arm. As for the finish, I don't think it's as dewy as you would expect it to be. It's kind of just like I would kind of describe it as maybe a satin finish. The coverage though is really nice. Like it's much better than you would expect it to be. So in total I used 4 drops, which I don't think is too bad. I don't love the way it looks around my nose. I have some really big flaking and just kind of dry areas around there, and I don't really love the way it kind of settles into those. And I can tell that this foundation takes a while to set up too. Like I really can't touch my skin too much right now because the foundation is still pretty movable. I'm just going to conceal a little bit with NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer while I wait for this foundation to set just a little bit. Foundation, it feels pretty lightweight. My voice is cracking. It feels pretty lightweight. It just kind of feels like I have like a moisturizer on. It's not awful. Okay, I'm just going to set this now with this brush. I'm going to use the Korres Wild Rose Brightening Powder. I really like this stuff, and I think it'll help maintain the finish that it has. Because I don't want to use something too mattifying, because when I come back and check in, obviously if I use something too mattifying, it's going to kind of screw with the finish of the foundation. I've just heard that this is not long wearing by any means. And I don't need it to be particularly long wearing today, but I'm still going to work, so I need it to look good. I'm excited to kind of mess with the application method of this foundation because I've heard from several people that if you use a beauty blender, it looks better than if you use a brush. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. I just kind of wanted to see with a brush what it would look like, since that's the way Bare Minerals says to use it. So I'm just going to apply some mascara to my lower lashes. By the way, if you guys are curious as to my thoughts on this Lipsil lip balm, I absolutely love it. Ugh, it is so nice. Alright, so the next first impression I have here is on this bronzer. This is Hoola from Benefit. I don't know, can you guys believe that I just now decided to purchase this bronzer? I mean, it's been out for like ever. Almost everybody has it, but I was just a little bit late. It looks good. The pigmentation is good. Honestly, the overall effect reminds me a lot of my Revlon bronzers, so you know, it's good. It's just kind of expensive. For some reason, I was expecting it to go on just a bit more taupey, but I mean, it doesn't look orange. It's just not as taupey based as I thought it would be. But it seemed to blend pretty nicely over the foundation. At first when I applied it, I was kind of worried, but it blended out really nicely. Blush, I'm going to apply this color from Amazing Cosmetics. This is called Pink Chocolate. I haven't used this blush in far too long. Gosh, I have no idea why it's been so long since I've used this. It's just so pretty. And it pairs up perfectly with these eyes. Okay, so now I'm just going to do my eyebrows, and then we can finish up on a lip product. I have tons of lip products that I just recently purchased, so I don't know which one I'm going to use first, but we'll see. One thing I'm going to say is after looking at my skin with this foundation on and stuff, I love the color match. Like, the more I look at it, the color match is really, really great. I just wish I could fix the problem with it, you know, clinging so much to dry places. And I remember when I was using this on people when I used to work at Ulta, I remember that being a big issue, is that you have to have pretty close to perfect skin to be able to pull this off as far as the texture goes. You cannot have texture problems if you want to use this foundation. And by that I mean no wrinkles, not a whole lot of fine lines, apparently no dryness. You don't want to have big pore issues. You know, you can have like redness and whatnot, that's fine, but if you have any sort of texture issues, that's when it becomes hard. And if you have really oily skin, then you're not going to love it either. Okay, so brows are on. Finally now we just have to do lips, so I'm going to pick out the product that I want to use. Today I think I'm going to use this Revlon Matte Balm in the shade, I think it's Sultry, yes. And then a little bit of this L'Oreal Infallible lip liner in the shade Plum. I would use one of the Maybelline Creamy Mattes, but the shades that I picked out just don't really go with the look that I'm doing today. Well, the lip liner is awesome. I've had some of these L'Oreal ones before and they really are great. They last a super, super long time and they just go on so creamy. This is good stuff. That finish is just beautiful. It's matte, but it's not dry. It doesn't settle into my lip lines. It doesn't look, you know, just awful, and it feels really comfortable. Like I can talk and press my lips together and I don't feel like my lips are gonna just like fall off. So I like this. I think a big test for me will just be the staying power, and if the more I wear it, if it tends to dry out my lips, but so far I like. The only negative thing I have to say is there's something about this shade that I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it makes my teeth look really yellow, which I don't like, but it's still pretty. And I like it. It's good for fall. Okay, so that is the end of my first impressions. I will be back in a little bit to check up and show you guys just how long everything has lasted. I don't plan on doing a lot of touch-ups. I probably will take this to work just because obviously if my lip shade starts to look gross, I want to be able to reapply it. But as far as the cream shadow and the foundation and stuff, I'm not going to touch it up, and then I'll just come back and let you guys know how everything has worn. So I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Bye-bye. Okay guys, so I am back to do my check-in. I know my hair looks so crazy. This is what happens when you don't have an arm to help you do a ponytail. Okay, so we'll start with the foundation. The foundation, you can definitely tell this isn't meant to be a long-wearing foundation. It doesn't look horrible. I've had worse, but it doesn't look like freshly applied, or you know, it doesn't look like it's lasted super well, which right now the time is 6:23. I put this on around 9 o'clock, so this is after like, you know, 9 hours of wear. I don't really expect my foundation to last much longer than 7 or 8 hours if it doesn't claim to be long wearing, so it's not awful. I mean, from some people I've heard that it doesn't last like whatsoever, and I mean, given that I didn't prime this or use a setting spray, I don't think it looks terrible. So I'm just going to zoom you guys up so you can see some of my problem areas. So as you can see right there, that's kind of what I'm talking about when I say with the dryness. It just seems to cling to everything. There it is right around there too. You can kind of see on my forehead, it clings a little bit here. It clung a little bit on these spots that I have going on up here. Kind of like here on the side of my face, it kind of clung, and where I can mainly see it's sort of starting to break down is right kind of like where I smile. You guys can kind of see it fills in those little smile lines. But other than just like my general T-zone, it actually looks really good. Like over here and over here and kind of on the sides of my forehead, it looks really nice. So overall, I'm not going to return it. I'm going to keep trying to find ways to use it. I still like it. I found that with the Sigma F82, it applied fine. I wonder though, and I didn't think about this until after I got to work, I was thinking that this brush tends to accentuate dry spots no matter what foundation I'm using. That's why I rarely ever use this brush, is it kind of almost does like this micro exfoliation thing where it starts to really bring up my dry spots. So I'm wondering next time if I just use a regular stippling brush or if I decide to go with my Real Technique sponge, how it will look. So I don't hate it. Like, I love the color match. You cannot see like any line of demarcation, which I love. It matches my skin to a T. So if you're kind of between that NC20, NC25 skin tone, number 5 Bare Cream will be perfect for you, especially if you just like a really yellow tone foundation. So overall, I like it. I don't think my skin looks bad, and like I said, I will continue to use it, and overall, I'm pretty happy with it right now. A big thing for me will just be to make sure it doesn't break me out, and then from there, I can kind of tweak the staying power by probably adding a primer and a setting spray. So I plan on maybe doing a full review on this. Tell me if you guys want more than just a first impression, if you actually want a review and then a demo of my favorite way of applying this, my favorite way of priming it and setting it and whatnot, because I'll definitely do that here in about a week or two when I have a better feel for it. Okay, let's talk about the cream eyeshadow. In freaking love. I don't know if you guys can see here, but we have no creasing going on, which is awesome. I was so concerned. It seems to have faded slightly, but no creasing, which is, I can deal with fading, but creasing is like a big no-no for me. And I think it's really cool. I mean, granted, I did put a little bit of my Cargo HD eyeshadow primer underneath it, but there's no actual eyeshadow on top of the cream shadow itself, like on my lids and up here my crease. There's really no shadow on top of there. There's just some blended up here by my brow bone. So I think that that's awesome. Like, I am super, super impressed with that. And if you guys can see some sort of like black smudges right around here, I found out that this mascara from Almay, while I love the way it makes my lashes look, it does not last well on the lower lash line whatsoever. This is a very smudgy, very I don't know, flaky. It kind of just gets those black things all over underneath my eyes kind of mascara, but I still like it. But there's kind of a little rundown on that as far as what's happening down here on my lower lash line. My eyeshadow, I love. I think it's really nice. Super obsessed with it. Now let's talk about the lips. This is untouched. So how many hours has it been? We said 9 because I put it on around 9:30 this time today. Holy cow. Granted, I mean, it doesn't look freshly applied either, but look how nice that color is. And this has been through eating. I've now ate, I've drank water, I had a Starbucks Frappuccino. Like, these lips have been through quite a bit today, and the color looks awesome. So I don't know if that's a combination of the lip liner and the pencil, which the pencil right now is in my purse, otherwise I'd go grab it. I don't know if it's a combination of that, like if this sort of helped with the staying power, but I'm just blown away. I think the color is beautiful, and I love the fact that it's still on my lips, and it doesn't look horrible. Like, I could still go, you know, an hour or two and not really feel the need to touch it up. I think it looks nice. So I think that's all we did, right? And feel like I'm missing something. So overall, I'm giving big thumbs up to all these products. I really like what everything has done for my face so far. I just need to play with this, kind of try to get this to wear a little bit longer, maybe not accentuate as many dry spots, but I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to, and I like how my face still feels really comfortable right now, and I don't feel like I am ridiculously shiny by any means. Good products. I would recommend these. Like I said, if you guys want a full review on this here in about a week or two, let me know and I'll be sure to do that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.